is simple. At the Detroit Zoological Society, our mission is simple but powerful: to create meaningful connections between people, animals, and the natural world so all can thrive. For more than a century, we've achieved this through unique experiences and programs that have reached millions, conservation work on all 7 continents, and advocacy that is igniting positive change far and wide. Today, we are preparing to bring this mission to life in a new and exciting way. Introducing Discovery Trails, an immersive 7-acre experience coming soon to the Detroit Zoo. This significant investment in our community is dedicated to the wonder of wildlife, the power of education, and the joy of discovery. Discovery Trails features diverse educational experiences, from an imaginative farmers market that encourages creative play, to a trail where children will explore nature through touch, sound, and sight, activating all their senses. Guests will further connect with animals through up-close encounters that foster empathy and understanding, including an interactive goat yard and an expansive bamboo shark and stingray habitat, where guests can touch and feed stingrays. Curiosity and appreciation of nature will be sparked in new and innovative ways. The Canopy Trail will offer an elevated perspective of how animals live, while a Little Sprouts area will inspire our youngest guests to explore, exercise, and have fun. True to the zoo's commitment to animals, Discovery Trails will highlight all new and reimagined habitats for prairie dogs, burrowing owls, bush dogs, anteaters, chickens, alpacas, and more. Built into the footprint of this exciting new experience are sustainability and accessibility features that ensure Discovery Trails is an inclusive space that protects our planet and is welcoming to all. As Discovery Trails take shape, we're excited to invite you to join us on this incredible journey. Stay connected and follow along at dzoo.org/discoverytrails. At the Detroit Zoological Society, our mission is simple but powerful: to create meaningful connections between people, animals, and the natural world so all can thrive. For more than a century, we've achieved this through unique experiences and programs that have reached millions, conservation work on all 7 continents, and advocacy that is igniting positive change far and wide. Today, we are preparing to bring this mission to life in a new and exciting way. Introducing Discovery Trails, an immersive 7-acre experience coming soon to the Detroit Zoo. This significant investment in our community is dedicated to the wonder of wildlife, the power of education, and the joy of discovery. Discovery Trails features diverse educational experiences, from an imaginative farmers market that encourages creative play, to a trail where children will explore nature through touch, sound, and sight, activating all their senses. Guests will further connect with animals through up-close encounters that foster empathy and understanding, including an interactive goat yard and an expansive bamboo shark and stingray habitat, where guests can touch and feed stingrays. Curiosity and appreciation of nature will be sparked in new and innovative ways. The Canopy Trail will offer an elevated perspective of how animals live, while a Little Sprouts area will inspire our youngest guests to explore, exercise, and have fun. True to the zoo's commitment to animals, Discovery Trails will highlight all new and reimagined habitats for prairie dogs, burrowing owls, bush dogs, anteaters, chickens, alpacas, and more. Built into the footprint of this exciting new experience are sustainability and accessibility features that ensure Discovery Trails is an inclusive space that protects our planet and is welcoming to all. As Discovery Trails take shape, we're excited to invite you to join us on this incredible journey. Stay connected and follow along at dzoo.org/discoverytrails.
Everybody, aloha. Welcome to your daily Detroit live stream from Techtown. Really excited to have you with us. I am Jer Stays, and joining me, as he does on every Tuesday, it's wonderful, Mr. Norris Howard, the Prince of Brightmoor. How are you, sir? Feeling stretchy?
You know what? I'm excited because I feel like this is gonna be our last week of truly cold weather. I feel like next week we'll finally firmly hit into the mid to high 40s and 50s. I feel it in my bones. And once we hit April, we'll be in good shape, man. Because remember, we said once opening day hits, spring is here.
Right.
You know?
Regardless of what the weather does. Because listen, I've been to some tore up from the floor up opening days. I went to an opening day. I was on the rooftop of the Madison building. There's like a little private bar up there.
Yeah.
It was so cold. It was so, and when you were up above, I'm like, oh, it's going to be so great. I'm over. No, it was cold and wet. And you know what that meant? You were wetter and colder and more windy.
Yeah, because it was up on the roof.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then also there's been opening days where it snowed. It's been bad, man. But I think we'll be okay this year because, you know, the jet stream or whatever. I'm not a meteorologist.
I was about to
Don't
say, are
ask
you
me.
claiming now not only royalty, but meteorology?
I am not a meteorologist. Don't quote me on nothing that has to do with any sort of atmospheric condition, all right? NOAA's been defunded. We don't know nothing about what's going on up in the air.
We're going to have to ask the Canadians.
Yeah, we just going to have to ask Canadians. I actually do watch CBC sometimes to get my weather report.
You know what? I watch CBC sometimes in general as the son of a Canadian. I learned, a lot of my, media sensibilities are rooted in Canadian content, which probably shows in this project a little bit.
Probably a little bit, yeah. But I watch a lot of CBC and I watch a lot of BBC News. I watch BBC for global news.
You know who's really good for all the wars that are out there in the world to follow is Professor Michael Clark from Sky News.
Oh, really? I've seen his stuff before, but
he's really good.
You would rock with him?
I mean, as much as you can, a 71-year-old military academic.
He's seen all the wars.
Oh, every war.
Like every war.
From the British perspective.
Yeah. Every war. The only one he hasn't seen is the 100 Days War, or like the 100 Years War. Like that's the only one he ain't seen.
But he does really good Q&As. Not only does he do briefs, but he does really smart Q&As about both the Iran and the Ukraine conflict, where you can figure out what's actually happening instead of the poll numbers say this or whatever. Sorry, I actually like Harry Enton. I actually enjoy him, but his shtick is very much out there. I appreciate it.
I dig
but
it.
It's not always for people getting
It's not for everybody.
It's also not for the topic, right?
No.
Yeah, these can be a little bit more serious topics.
No. Yeah. Exactly.
Considering everything that's happening in the world.
Yeah. It's been a wild time, and I want the world to just chill out for a little bit. I really want it to be a chill summer, but it's not gonna be.
Right? Wouldn't it be great if the world just stopped and smoked a blunt?
I wish, bro, but it's not gonna happen.
Instead of a world rotation, we had the past rotation,
and everybody
everything chilled for a minute.
And it was like June and July, everybody was just chill. It was just chill. It was just no foolishness, no craziness. Everybody just chill, bro. But it's not going to happen. All right. There's the way things have been set up so far in this country. It's gonna be a wild summer. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm gonna mention this on Friday's show with Devin, but I actually made it out to Tahamas this week.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I went to a few new spots too, but tell me about that.
So I'm gonna add it to my cheap and cheerful list.
Okay.
So Lebanese shawarma on French bread.
Oh, now they gonna make a lot of people mad with that one.
But I mean, it's their food. Can you make people mad when it's their food?
Nah, but I'm saying there are some people who will say it's not really a shawarma because it's not pita. But if it's Lebanese and it's on French bread,
I
then
don't think either one of us get to decide what a shawarma is. Like this
it's
table,
no. That did you see?
that's not our decision.
I didn't make that decision. I just know some people getting real mad about it. Is all. Did you see the Free Press? The Free Press had a shawarma bracket, and people were furious.
No, I did not see this.
Yes, if you go to the Free Press right now, they had a shawarma bracket. You know, March Madness type thing. So they
Yeah.
said we gonna do a shawarma bracket, and apparently, man, they were getting torched. Like just random writers for the Free Press were just getting DM'd. Like, why would y'all pick this place over this place? And like people were mad.
See, I'm adding this to my list, not because a elected official really likes it, but I was referred over there by Mr. Devin O'Reilly. But it's under $10.
Yeah.
Chicken or the meat shawarma, super tasty, lots of garlic, very good. The French bread is kind of pressed down, so it's not like it's pressed down, so it's like a warm hug.
Yeah.
It's also thick enough where if it's pressed down, it's still got some like
Heft.
yeah.
I love shawarmas.
It was under $10. It was like
Shawarma is
$9 out the door.
I'm probably gonna go there right now.
It's on West Warren in Dearborn, right outside the city border.
I'm going.
Yeah, if you hit Oakman, you've gone too far.
I know exactly where you're talking about.
Yep.
Brody, I'm going. I'm going.
There's parking all over there.
I literally in my brain, I was like, oh, I want a shawarma today, but I really don't want to like spend $1,000.
You know what I did not realize? I'm going to mention this also in the actual show for Friday with Devin, is that East Dearborn glowed up.
Oh yeah.
Like the houses they're
Yeah.
doing nice.
They're doing
over
a lot
there.
of work over there. Yeah.
A lot of work over there.
Yeah.
I hadn't gone through some neighborhoods in a few years. Man, every front porch has pillars. Mm-hmm. It's build outs, everything. Like all these smaller homes
Oh,
have
and
been
they are
all
making.
added on.
I was about to say they are making the most of them little bitty plots.
They are.
Yeah. Nah, listen, man. Dearborn is one of my favorite places in the world. That is like me and Devin will firmly agree on that. Like our shared love of Dearborn is, I think, not matched by many people. I've always loved that place. It's always been great to me, and I like seeing it thrive personally. And you know, I want to see it keep thriving.
Yeah, yeah. I want to do a bit of housekeeping because our stream next week is going to be starting later.
Yep.
We are going to be doing a watch party
Yep.
for the State of the City.
Yep. Yep.
So we'll do a little bit of analysis beforehand. We'll kind of do a watch along with the city's live stream.
That's right. It's gonna
Maybe
be
offer commentary.
yeah, Sister Mary's first state of the city.
Mayor Mary Sheffield's first day of the city, as well as do kind of a wrap up and key points and thoughts and takeaways from it. Since the media access there is kind of limited, we thought it'd be better just to do it here in the studio.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it's out at Mumford High School.
Yep.
There's limited space.
Yep.
A lot of the opportunities there are in other rooms. And I'm like, if we're not going to be in the room,
Might as well just.
we
stay
may as
here.
well just stay here and eat pizza.
Yeah, that was my mom's alma mater. She went to Mumford High School.
Really?
Yeah, her and Jerry Bruckheimer.
Same time?
Yeah, I think she graduated like a year or two before.
So
him.
did she like know Jerry?
I don't know if she knew him.
Okay.
But, yeah.
This is a question I will ask when she eventually comes on the
Yes,
show.
yes. But yeah, she was there. There's quite a few people went to Mumford. That was a very interesting time, and I'm sure she could tell the story a lot better. But apparently back then, it was like a very heavily Jewish area, so it was like the whole school was just like half black, half Jewish kids.
Now, did Eddie Murphy go to Mumford? Why did he wear the Mumford shirt? Or it was just
It was
random?
Jerry Bruckheimer directed that movie.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Got it.
That's why all the Detroit stuff was in it. That's why Axel Foley's from Detroit. That's why he wore the Mumford shirt.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
See, you're a cinema genius. You know who I saw out there looking even better with every bit of age? RoboCop and his thick thighs.
Yep.
His cakes are
Yeah.
dominating Eastern Market, and
Yep.
people are loving it. People are
Hey.
taking pictures. With time, the statue's only getting better. Nobody's messed with it.
Nah, man, because listen, at the end of the day, it's a cool little piece of culture. And I'm kind of glad it's in Eastern Market. Like, I want us to start thinking about stuff like that, right? I know everybody was just like, oh, it's stupid. It's just RoboCop. No, shut up. It's a cool piece of little tidbit of culture. I think personally, right, that we should start thinking about more and more cool little art installations like that in other neighborhoods of the city. So, like, if somebody wanted to paint a mural of Axel Foley, like somewhere nearby Mumford, I'd be all for it.
You know,
That would be cool to me.
You know what would be cool with the Avenue of Fashion? I know that the house still stands for Marvin Gaye.
Yeah.
But wouldn't it be cool to do some sort of statuary or something on the strip?
We should. We absolutely should. Like these are things that I think other cities do just because it's cool, and we got to get back to that in Detroit. You know, when we think about our architecture, people made stuff that opulent because they could. Now we should just get back to it. You want to make a statue of RoboCop? Do it. Just make it. Just plop it somewhere. Just get somebody in the city to let you plop it somewhere, and plop it.
Just plop it?
Just plop it.
That's for all the words that you use, like matriculate and the ones I've remembered, plop is not one I would have thought would have come out of your mouth.
Okay, edify. I don't know.
Edify.
Like plop. No. You know, like I don't know. I just want to see more stuff like the RoboCop statue in other neighborhoods. I think it'd be cool.
It would be very cool, very cool. So yeah, as a reminder, we will be starting the stream in the evening.
Yep.
Probably like a good half an hour before the thing actually starts. So 6:30.
Yeah, we'll gather
somewhere between 6 and 6:30. We'll gather.
Yeah, we'll gather the Avengers.
Yes, we'll do the best we can with who we can grab.
Yeah.
Mostly, I think during the thing itself, I don't know if we really have anything that we're going to add during it.
No, probably not.
Out of respect.
Yeah, because I mean, and also we
we'll
want to
take notes.
listen. Yeah, we
wanna
want to listen and take notes.
Yeah. And then afterward, we'll pop back.
Yeah.
And kind of talk about our key thoughts, what are
Yeah.
our highlights, what are our concerns.
I mean, it's
What are we
public, so
thinking
we
about?
can co-stream it. Like,
Oh, that's what we're going to do.
yeah,
That's what we're going to do.
Yeah, we're just gonna co-stream it so you guys can watch along with us. And by the way, we would love to have you guys like in our chat. So when we're doing the State of the City stream, please be in our chat with your feelings, thoughts, positive, negative. They don't matter. We want to hear your thoughts, and then we can pop back on the stream and answer questions, talk directly towards some of your comments, and really just have a discussion. Because at the end of the day, like, that's what this is all about, right? You know, we're seeing government work in front of us, and we should discuss it and come together on, do we think it's the right path or not?
One thing I wanted to mention to you that's not in the main show rundown is that the People Mover is going to be out for a while, it seems.
Yeah, no. And, you know, as I've admitted on this show, I used to really have a deep disdain for the People Mover. But after those cold winter winds that came through, the Arctic winds that came through, the People Mover was actually a big lifesaver. But what ended up happening is because of those super strong winds that we had a couple weeks ago, apparently the tracks had suffered a lot of debris thrown onto it, and
I guess some of it got caught underneath a car
Yep.
and pulled, ripped up cables.
yeah, so they're taking time to replace all that. And I'm not sure if a lot of our listeners and viewers know, but almost everything with the People Mover is bespoke. Like, the cars are the only thing that are not bespoke.
And even then, they're not, like, we had to buy old cars
Yep.
from Toronto.
So anytime anything on the People Mover breaks, it has to get made. There's not just a part that you can go buy. Like, it has to be fabricated. So,
And
yeah.
another thing, it's a public agenda item that I saw, that it looks like Mogo might become part of the Detroit Transportation Corporation.
So, okay, here's what I need to know. All right. So are we just going to say that instead of a massive project, are we just going to like ride shareify public transit?
I think a lot of people would like that.
Not me.
I know not you and maybe not me, but when I'm out there talking to people, so often it's like, give me the driverless car. We're going to cover more driverless cars.
People like
coming
them, though. People do
to the
like
state.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah, people
More
like them.
driverless cars from General Motors are coming to our streets.
Yeah.
For part of their programs that they're doing, because they're testing level 3 autonomous stuff. We're going to see even more of them. I'm seeing the Waymos all the time now.
Yep, me too.
When I'm out here. There's like a real, like, I don't know what it is. I mean, I do know what it is, right? Like, we do kind of have a stigma around transit around here.
We do.
And a lot of people like that. But the other side of it is, when you think about it, outside of like some core population areas, there are so many people I know that are like, they're the one person going to Commerce Township or they're the
Yeah.
one person going to Plymouth.
Yeah, in the whole neighborhood.
Right. We don't
Yeah.
really have those patterns. And I really want to see more of that density when we rebuild parts of Detroit.
Yeah, and the really honestly though, public transit for me, the thing about it is that it's an equalizer because everybody has to take it. So I think part of why we have a lot of issues that we have in Southeast Michigan is because it's very easy for us to not deal with or see each other. And that's a lot harder to do in denser cities. That's a lot harder to do in Boston. It's harder to do in Chicago. It's harder to do in New York.
Like
or whatever.
you'll see Andy Cohen on the subway in New York.
You'll
Not
see-
saying that he's the biggest, but you know what I mean.
But
He's
you'll see anybody. You
Yeah.
know, you'll literally have, you'll have a school teacher, then you'll have an au pair, and then you'll have Anne Hathaway, and then you'll have a homeless guy, and they all on the same car. You know what I mean? And it's like, so for me, it helps. It helps give personhood and a human element to every person, not just the people we care about.
Weren't you just telling me about some crazy bill about au pairs?
Yeah. So apparently I'm trying to I believe it was Bill Huizenga, who is one of the reps for out in West Michigan. He is proposing that we expand the foreign au pair program to cover for our child care deficit, because Michigan has a very large child care deficit, and it's very expensive to send your kid to 2-3 times a week to daycare, as I know probably quite a few of our viewers and listeners know. But yeah, his thing is just get a foreign, just get a Hungarian girl to come watch your kid, and that'll solve your child care problem.
Listen, everything I know has been fixed with borscht. Have you ever had borscht?
Nah,
I don't know if that's Hungarian or Hungarian.
it's Russian. I
Russian,
thought.
Ukrainian, and then Hungarian, is that goulash?
Okay, it's Slavic. Is the point?
Right, and I mean
Yeah,
that's
it's Slavic.
I'm part Slovak, so
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know.
it's Slavic. It's definitely Slavic. I'm just saying, that's a whole nother mouth to feed, dog.
There is a good comment in the chat right now from Mia in the D, and I actually, even though I fully agree with this as a former Director Guild of America member,
Okay.
around it being an excellent movie hinge. Speaking of the People Mover, I would love for there to be a movie about Coleman Young. Now, good, in-depth, not just but you could either go the documentary route.
No.
or you
I
could
want
go-
dramatization.
You got dramatization with the Kruger.
Yeah.
There's so many layers. There's like the
I want
positive
it-
layers. There's the challenging layers. There's the infidelity.
There's the letters.
There's
Yeah.
there's so much.
Oh man, and then you can have him beefing with L. Brooks Patterson. Yeah, I want that. I
Oh,
want
yeah.
that movie. I want it directed by Ryan Coogler.
And you need Elbrooks Patterson. Like the character should always be in the wheel. Like in his later years, he was in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
But like that would amp up the thing.
Think about how many people you could. I mean, you got Coleman Young in the mix. You got Gil Hill. You would have to cast. You would have to cast like Lee Iacocca.
And you could make it relatable to a wider audience. There's so many stories. You got the General Motors plant.
That's what I'm saying.
You got the
yeah.
eminent domain. You've got and it would be such like a mind screw because you would be sitting there going, is he the good guy? Is he the bad guy?
Yeah.
The whole time.
The whole time.
Or is he doing something bad for good?
For good. That's
for
why
good?
we used to like him. He was like an anti-hero. You know what I'm saying? He was like the Punisher, but mayor. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why we rocked with him, because he would just be like, hey, man, if you don't like us, get the fuck out the city.
Like, because here's the thing. One of my indicators about if you've been around Detroit enough is you understand that Coleman Young's legacy is complicated.
Yeah.
It's super complicated because
It's complicated, but there is a love and respect specifically that Black Detroiters have for him that
Yep.
will allow you to speak about those things in a scholarly manner. But if you trying to come down off the top rope, nah, we're not going to allow it.
Because there's so many misunderstandings that were thrown through the prism of racism. I mean, for one thing, I will say his elimination of the stress program was huge and very important,
Yeah.
where they're basically just cracking black people's heads.
Yep. And he got rid of that instantly. I mean, we got to keep it for real. I mean, a lot of the racial animus, particularly between black folks and the police in Detroit, stemmed from that one program.
And then you have things that he was involved in that you're like, did he do it? Did he not do it? Like, and also he constantly had death threats. You think about the misunderstanding, that whole line that white people internalize of like, hit 8 Mile.
Yeah.
It wasn't about us.
Yeah.
It was about Crooks. It was about Superfly. It was a great, if you listen to the whole quote, it was a very excellent piece of speech that he did. But it was proof early on, and we still do it today, obviously, but it's human nature that people take out of it what they want to hear. And what they wanted to hear was they're not welcome, to justify their decisions
that they were
to
leaving
leave.
because they were already leaving.
Yeah, because we were talking to somebody earlier. I won't mention who, but because it's going to air on the show later. But we were talking to somebody, and the whole thing was like, we're talking about the east side over there by like 94, but the other side of the east side, not the East English Village.
Yeah,
village
the
side.
north of 94.
North of 94, right. And how that neighborhood like emptied overnight of white folks. Where there was in certain neighborhoods of the city, some people stayed, and others, it was like instantaneous move to Warren or Macomb County especially.
Yeah.
And a lot of that was around that feeling of like, I want to find the justification to go. And that's part of why there's still anger, even though I have a more open view than I think a lot of people do. There's still like a lot of anger around everything, whether it was 313 Day, saying your businesses in Detroit, all that other stuff, because those wounds are still hitting.
Oh, absolutely. And I mean, for somebody like me, I mean, they're still visceral. I feel them, and I see the scars of those wounds every day through our various systems, or through certain city dysfunction, or through even just how certain neighborhoods look. I mean, that stuff still has effect just from the fact that you had a group of people who just did not want him to lead their city.
Yeah, it's wild. But yeah, that idea of a Coleman Young movie, you could do a series of movies. You could do, I think
it could be it'd be 2 movies. Because you want to do Coleman Young like the first couple terms, like his rise to power. And then
even before his first term.
That's what I mean. Like his rise.
Tuskegee Airmen.
Yeah. You start there, and then like he comes to Detroit, and then he becomes the mayor. You kind of end on him becoming mayor. Like you can end on that. Like he becomes the mayor, and you end the first movie there. And then the second movie is like Coleman Young, like late 70s, early 80s Coleman Young. Like,
it'd be very interesting.
I think it'd be dope. I mean, people forget, man. Like I was alive during his last couple terms.
Yeah.
Like I lived in the Coleman Young era. It's like
I met him.
That's what I'm saying. Like people forget just how long he was mayor of this city.
Yeah, I actually met a number of council. You know who was on council for a while? People forget. Carl Levin.
Sure was.
That's kind of how he got into his like rise, and he was always involved with the city.
Yep.
All right, we got more people in the chat. Stina, good to see you. Hungarian is goulash. Thank you for fixing my addled brain.
The correction.
It's goulash. I appreciate you, Mr. 1213. Good afternoon. Good to see you.
What's going on, my boy?
Stina said, I came to see the zoo video, but wasn't able to chat right away. I appreciate you coming in to see the zoo video. The zoo stuff's big news. We'll get into it on the show.
Love the zoo. It's one of my favorite places ever. It is. I love it. Listen, and I don't want you animal rights activists coming at me, okay? I like the zoo, all right? I like to see the peacocks walking around. It's fun.
Stina says a 6 to 8 episode TV series.
Nope.
Like a Netflix,
I want
maybe.
it on the big screen. I want it on the big screen.
I think it could work as like a Netflix
I want
show.
it on the big screen.
You know,
I want to pay my $25.
Have you
Correction, $45 to go to the movies.
Have you ever listened to Crime Town?
No.
That's a heck of a podcast series, and they did that all on Detroit. One of the seasons was focused on Coleman Young.
Let me explain something to you. All right. I know a lot of people out here like all that true crime stuff. I don't want to listen to true crime podcasts because if I want to see true crime, I'll just go outside. All right? Like, I'll just...
No notes.
All right? Like, y'all...
No notes.
I'm just saying, man. Like, I don't need to be like go on an urban safari and go see crime. If I want to go see some crime, I know where to go. Okay.
Norris Howard knows where the crime is at.
I'm just saying, I know.
Our new interactive map guide on
Yeah.
Daily Detroit.
Go here for crime. Like, nah, I'm just saying, like, I there's to me an element of like, I guess voyeurism is the word. There's an element of voyeurism to those podcasts that I just never liked.
Yeah, but one of the things is that I became aware of, because I've never been into true crime too much myself, but what I realized is that for a lot of women, and this was told to me, that it shows you the different ways that they could be killed. And so it's like a self-preservation thing.
But all you doing is scaring the shit out yourself.
I
don't get it, because I've heard similar things from my female friends and all that too. I don't get it. Like, I don't even like scary movies.
Yet you play Resident Evil.
I like scary games because I can shoot the thing that's scaring me.
Mr. Duckett's in the chat.
That's why I play the games. Anyway, what's up, fam? Mr. Duckett. Once again, what's up?
Yeah, we got people here.
Yeah, man. First of all, tell your friends about us.
Yes.
Share, like, and subscribe. So that is Come Daily Detroit on YouTube.
Hit the bell. Hit the bell.
Also, you could join our Discord. That's you got to join the Patreon to get a part of Discord. So patreon.com/Daily Detroit, or you can find all that information on dailydetroit.com. Jer, show them one of the cool little things. You get a little bookmark. That's
There's
one of the things.
One of the things. Yes, I don't know where the stickers are. They're a little bit too far away.
Stickers
from me.
are around here somewhere. We got rocks glasses.
Yes.
I want a beer stein, but I was told that was too expensive.
Oh, but you know what? A custom piece. I know if there is a ceramicist or somebody around, wouldn't our shield look awesome on a beer stein? Like just a big shield.
I want a beer stein.
In relief with the fancy handles.
Yes.
The handle could be like manufacturing related,
Yes.
Man.
Back me up, listeners. We want a beer stein. So in order for us to fund the beer stein.
Who might be able to make that out of magic programming? Producer Adam.
He could, but I don't want to put that on Producer Adam. I want it made by a blacksmith. All right? We got to get this funded. Y'all, Daily Detroit listeners, listen to me. Let's get this funded. All right? We're going to have a bunch of new stuff coming out, but at the end of the summer, before Oktoberfest, I want us to get a fund together so we can get a beer stein for Oktoberfest.
I'm all for enabling dreams. Let's make dreams happen. I'm down. This would be very cool. You could do like pheasants at the bottom of the shield.
Yeah.
Like you could have two. You know what you could do to balance out the design? You could have like two pheasants each facing opposite.
Yeah, they face in quarter away from each other.
Yes, like a pheasant, or maybe like a pheasant and a beaver.
No, just two pheasants. There's not enough beaver in Detroit, but there are plenty of pheasants.
What about raccoon? Or maybe one of the animals that got loose.
Or possum.
Cool.
Right? I'm trying to think of... my mom had 4 deer in her backyard this weekend.
Yeah?
They were so cute. It was so nice. She sent me a picture. It was... Hold on. Before we go live, I must show y'all the picture of these deer. It was so cute. It really made my day. But other than that, yeah, you could do deer. You could do... What else could you do? What's another animal you see all the time in Detroit? Pheasants, deers, coyotes.
I do see coyotes pretty often. I've seen a number of beaver in Detroit.
You live closer to the water.
Yeah, I do live closer to the water.
A muskrat. Okay, I found it.
Maybe that's too close. Move to that way. Oh, there you go.
Show them the deer. Look at them. It's a whole family.
A whole family of deer. I don't even know. He's trying to make it work. Let's see his
It's okay if you can't do it. 2 pheasants and a stray dog is what Mr. Duckett says.
Ooh, too fast. Ooh.
You can't see it. It's okay.
No, he got something in there. He zoomed into the center.
Oh,
one.
okay. It's cool. My arm was getting tired. I'm over it. Oh, thanks, Adam. We tried to get there. It's okay.
2 pheasants and a stray dog.
Yeah, and I don't want people seeing all my notifications and all that.
I do see the dogs.
The dogs could be also a good one.
But you know what? I want to be hopeful with the dog.
Just a pheasant and
as the parent of a rescue stray.
you put a pheasant head at the top, and then you put 2 stray pits at the bottom.
Maybe a Roddy in a pit?
No, 2 stray pits.
Okay.
Red nose, blue nose.
Okay. That's definitely interesting. There's all kinds
And they
of
got
things
to
we
be
can
like
do.
muscly pits, you know? Like
See,
your pit is cute, right?
Oh,
like you
I
just,
think mine's half Jack Russell.
yeah, she's like soft and cute and like,
I want to reflect that because you know what? Detroit can be cute.
absolutely.
And come on, let's be honest. A lot of these dogs I see, you know what the number 1 dog in Detroit? French Bulldog.
That's not shocking.
French Bulldog.
That's all I see downtown.
Or what about like a Pomeranian? Like, there's got to be a cute to it. Come on, you know you've seen them in the cars.
I mean, I know that. I'm just saying, if we talking about, because we still a tough city too, so I want just
we
strong,
can be tough and cute.
muscly pit, just like juiced up. You know what I'm saying? Just
But the kind that, like, you know, because it's like they have a bicycle seat head that you just want to squish.
yeah,
Because it's just a big head.
but just like prime Tyson, just yeah. We all seen them pit bulls that's buffered in people. We all seen it.
All right. Shall
Anyway,
we do this?
we have like a whole show we gotta do.
We got a whole show we got to do. In case this is your first time here, this is how it works. We will record our show that we put in audio format that will air tomorrow morning on our podcast feeds, which is our main thing. Please feel free to chat. Photo Detroit says 1 pit, 1 Chihuahua.
No chihuahuas.
I'm down with
no
the Chihuahua.
Chihuahuas, no chihuahuas.
Anyway, what we do here is we record the show for tomorrow, so you're getting a little bit of the future today. If you're tuned into the live stream, you're very special for that. I will go ahead and put that show out in the morning to our main audience, which is our drive time podcast audience. I'll put that up sometime tomorrow morning. Of course, go ahead and chat away in there. We will answer the chat as we go. We'll be hitting a lot of different stories as we go. So if you've got thoughts, whatever, I really want to hear them. I do apologize that we may not really be able to get into the chat until after the show is recorded. It's only about 20-ish minutes, so you don't have to hold on too long.
No.
But we'll get into all your chat questions, clarifications after we record the main show for the people, because I don't want to be distracting to people who are doing their drive time thing going like, hey, chat. So, yeah, that's what we're doing. The models could be Tiff Massey's dogs, Cash and Money.
That's pretty good.
That's actually
pretty good.
That's pretty good.
That's I can't
Stina,
be mad at
Stina, I can't be mad at that. I can't be. And dog's named you know what? My cousin had Dobermans named Fresh and Prince.
that. I like Cash and Money more.
I know. I like Cash, but I'm just saying I appreciate themed names.
Yeah, me too.
All right. You know what I realized?
What's up?
My dog Isabel, also Isabel Cass for Belle Isle.
Oh, very nice.
I did not realize that with the name, but that also is but also most times she's just called Moo or Moesha because her full name is Isabel Moesha.
Moo.
Well, she looks like a cow.
No, I'm just saying I always think it's funny when people's dogs have nicknames. Because it's like you gave them that name, and then you gave them another name on top of that name, and they still don't get confused.
She
They
doesn't
just
get
know.
confused at any of her many names.
Yeah.
And she has like a 4-part legal name like she's Catholic.
That's wonderful. I love that.
And she might get added more things. Who even knows?
Yeah, who knows?
I have heard and seen, but I have not met Cash and Money.
No. Mia in the D says, I've seen a French bulldog in the club before. So have I. And I'm starting to wonder, is this the same person? Because I've definitely seen somebody bring a French bulldog to the club.
Oh my gosh, that'd be hilarious. You know what is a good place for that? Is Barkside.
Barkside.
You
Yep.
can drink. You can have the club with the pups.
Yep.
And you know what else they do now, which is great? I just learned that they are part of a service that you can rent it out for like an hour or a half hour in off times in case you have a reactive dog or an anxious dog.
That's so cute. That's so cute.
All right, let's get into the show.
Yeah.
If the dateline is tomorrow, you know why. All right, we are recording the audio. We're recording the video, doing all the things. Thank you, producer Adam. All right. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello, friends, and welcome to your Daily Detroit, sharing what to know and where to go in Southeast Michigan. I am J.R. Stays, coming to you from our studio in Techtown, in the Paris of the Midwest that we call Detroit. Joining me at the table is none other than the Prince of Brightmoor himself, Norris Howard, third of his name.
Third of my name, my man. Prince of the Andols and the First Men. That is what I do. The West Side returns once again.
I appreciate that always, although we met in the what we call the neutral zone.
Yes.
Over the weekend.
That's right. That's right. And one of Detroit's most fun and yet little known traditions, we both went to the Nain Rouge.
Listen, this one, and I say this with love because I know many people who have been involved with it over the years. I like to go. This one's for the weirdlings.
Oh, absolutely. This is the time for you to paint your face, put on some devil horns, maybe be a little scantily clad, and have a great time, man. So, Jared, for those who don't know, let's give them a little background on the Nain Rouge, maybe.
Yes, we are talking about the Marche du Nain Rouge, and that ran from kind of like 2nd and Canfield.
Yep.
And it runs all the way down the Masonic Temple. Then there's like a little cheering speech, and people imbibe, they enjoy. It's a street party. Think kind of a French influence.
Yeah, like a little baby Mardi Gras for a couple hours.
It's a very New Orleans feel. So if you are unfamiliar with the Nain Rouge, it refers to the Red Dwarf, a French colonial-era goblin said to have appeared to Detroit founder Antoine de la Mothe Cadillac. And I want to say, as we said in our trivia, that wasn't his real name.
No, he gave himself that name.
Around 1701, cursing him after Cadillac insulted it instead of offering flattery as a fortune teller had warned. Ever since, sightings of the devilish imp have been blamed for heralding Detroit's disasters, from the 1763 Battle of Bloody Run and the 1805 City Fire to the 1967 Uprising. And today, Detroiters have half mock, half honor the legend every March in the tongue-in-cheek Marche du Nain Rouge Parade. What's fun about this is that it's complex. Because you got people out there. I saw people out there with pizza box signs, free the Nain. Like you got pro-Nain people, you got anti-Nain people.
Yeah.
I love the like complexity of it. I love that people have an excuse to like look ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
I'm all for a good costume party. If it had been a little bit warmer, I think the bubbles would have worked better. There would have been a lot more bubbles.
There'd have been more bubbles. There'd have just been a lot more silliness in general. But listen, the Nain Rouge is super fun. I've been to it a few times. There's floats. There's lots of signs. There are people who just come out and have a good time. And like you said, it's kind of a really great celebration of particularly like Midtown Detroit's weirdness. A weirdness that has kind of, I don't want to say gone away, but it's become less of an element now that it's been a little bit more built up. But definitely when I was going to Wayne State in 2000s, late 2000s, early 2010s, I mean, that was the energy. Like Nain Rouge was just like Bronx Bar on Thursday.
Well, look, Midtown's always had a weird artistic energy. My dad used to live down there when he had more tabs than a Chrome browser.
Yeah, like... That's a good one. But yeah, this year was great. The rain held out for us, so it was fantastic. And we had a great time. There's usually like a New Orleans style street band, marching band, and if you haven't been, you should try to go next year because it really is a fun time.
And shout out to Engineer Randy of Audio and Alcohol.
That's right.
We had a couple of cocktails. I had a Jungle Bird, which I hadn't had in a while.
Yeah.
Thanks to him. And we did a little bit of a live stream. So if you want to catch the vibe, go check out our YouTube channel. Just, people going by. It wasn't a huge production. We just thought it would be good to like share what it's like. And I think we'll start doing that year after year,
Yeah. I will say for the Star Wars fans, somebody built, I think it was like a 3-to-1 replica of a A-wing out there. Like, it was really, really well done. And so, yeah, people come out there and they do floats and stuff. It was great.
Later in the show, I might have a loft for those Star Wars aficionados.
Uh-oh. Watch out.
All right, let's get into some stories. Today we are starting in Romulus, where Michigan's Attorney General and city leaders are suing the federal government over a planned immigration detention center just up the road from Detroit Metro Airport. ICE has already bought a massive warehouse on Cogswell Street and wants to convert it to hold as many as 500 people on 27 acres while their immigration cases move through the system. State and local officials, including Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel, say the feds push this through in a floodplain near schools and homes without proper environmental review or real consultation, and they argue the building itself isn't suited for safely housing that many people. ICE, for its part, insists the new facility would meet its detention standards and is part of a broader effort to modernize and expand detention capacity nationwide. A recent Bridge, Michigan report says that from January through October of 2025, ICE had detained more than 3,300 people, mostly from Mexico. That's nearly triple the number of detained compared to 2024. Regardless of changes from day to day in the news, it is clear that immigration enforcement immigration actions have been stepping up in a big way. Norris Howard, I give you the facts. What say you?
Listen, I'm not going to pull punches here. This is disgusting. The city doesn't want it. The people don't want it. Our elected officials clearly don't want it. And yet, the federal government continues its very racist detention of people, mostly of Latino descent. But it's not just people of Latino descent. And listen, at the end of the day, it's this. You don't build a facility that big to put in just the worst of the worst, the criminals, the killers, the violent actors, right? They are and have been taking people who are in the middle of immigration proceedings, people who have had no criminal history whatsoever outside of overstaying visas, which, by the way, is the vast majority of people. These are not people who have hopped a fence somewhere along the Rio Grande. No, we are talking about people who mostly came here legally, overstayed a visa because they dared to do something like, I don't know, have a kid or get a good job, and have a good job that doesn't allow them to now go back and forth and redo the visa. We don't make it easy for people.
I want to talk about that for a second because there is this lie out there that the immigration system makes sense. And we actually could have had a fix for it before this president was elected. But this president also put spike strips in it because he wanted this to be a conflict issue. He didn't actually want a solution. And that makes me pissed.
Yeah.
There's many reasons to be pissed, but I've got very niche reasons to be pissed. And I'm going to share some of them with you right now.
Let's hit it.
Because you said what you said and you're right. All right. So I'm not going to double down. I'm not going to yell and scream about that.
Also, they are taking children too. And that's drives me to a whole nother level. But Jared, please continue.
I thought the whole point of conservatism was local and home rule. If a city doesn't want something, why do we keep shoving stuff down them?
Because it has nothing to do with conservatism. It's about control. It's about whose team is winning, right? And that's kind of been my thing about the expansion of DHS and ICE in particular, is because the Gadsden flag, don't tread on me, people been real quiet lately. And I know there are some listeners to this show who don't necessarily agree with me politically, and that's fine and that's okay. But I'm putting that out there right now, is that Jerry is correct. The whole point of conservatism was supposed to be keep the federal government out of my life, stay away from me, let me and my people run our community. And everywhere we turn, this administration is running local municipality.
Look, and I'm not cherry picking that issue because, as you know, because you know me, I grew up in that tradition.
Yeah.
I grew up in that tradition, so I know exactly what I'm talking about with this. Another thing that is mind-boggling to me, you know that our country, without immigration, which we have been ratcheting way down in the last, and listen, I am all for those who are violent and are criminals and are a real issue to do something with
I don't
them.
even think we got to qualify that.
Yeah.
Like, let's not.
But we're going to face a situation real soon that's going to hurt our economy in a terrible way.
Oh, y'all want to be?
Because we're about to be a shrinking country. Because it turns out the growth that's required to keep things like Social Security, to keep all of our things running, it's been on the backs of immigrants.
Absolutely.
And without them, we are a net shrinking country. And I don't see, the policies to encourage people so that people could maybe not have to have 3 jobs amongst, per person, to keep prices low, to make it like there's no comprehensive policy here. This is just terribleness. There's no honesty in any of the discourse about this. And so that's what, to my friends who are more conservative, some of which I know, and I know some of that tradition, the more traditional conservative,
Yeah.
you're being hoodwinked.
No, it's not. I don't think it's being a hoodwink. I think, and I'm going to just say it, I think a lot of y'all is just flying under the radar trying not to get hit by the debris when all of this ends up collapsing in on itself. Because you knew this was coming and you supported it still, right? If it was about the modern, like we said, traditional conservatism, keep the big government out of what we doing, you would have been one of the first people standing in line against something like this, right? Now, we could talk about reforming immigration. We can talk about proper enforcement. But at this point, when American citizens have been killed, when people who are in the middle of their legal proceedings to do things, quote unquote, the right way, when entire facilities are being purchased in areas that don't meet any of the zoning requirements for detention centers, we're just blowing past that and making it happen anyway. You would have been in line for this, but you're not, because you know that you would be held, whether it be financially or politically responsible, and I have no respect for that kind of person.
I know a lot of people want a country of faith. I would argue I want a country of good faith, where we actually meet issues where they're at, as opposed to, the soundbite or the emotion. And there's so many things here that like are facts that you laid out, that I've laid out. And I'd be interested to see what people think in our audience, 313-789-3211 or dailydetroit@gmail.com. If you don't agree with us, that's okay. Let us know. We want to hear from you.
Yeah, because I would like to know how, what you feel the solution is here. Listen, because if immigration is this big problem to you that you think it is, I would like it explained to me. Because right now, all I'm seeing is a bunch of hardworking people getting locked up and thrown away for no other reason other than they happen to be brown or speak another language.
Let's change some gears. We need a palate
Can we be
cleanser.
happy?
Jack in the Box is for real making a comeback to Metro Detroit with a 5-store deal signed for the Detroit market. The first confirmed location is in Westland, taking over the long vacant former Wendy's on North Wayne Road near Warren.
Oh, okay, cool, yeah.
And it's expected to open later this year. It's part of the chain's broader return to Michigan, along with new locations in West Michigan, and brings back their menu of burgers, tacos, chicken sandwiches, shakes, and, of course, all-day breakfast. There's also going to be like 20 new stores in the Chicagoland area.
Yeah.
I've never been. I've got friends who grew up in Jack in the Box. Producer Cheyenne grew up in Jack in the Box country. Have you been?
Yeah, I've been to Jack in the Box. I think it's decent. I think it's cool. It's like it's like if Del Taco had a burger focus instead of a taco focus, and did curly fries instead of crinkle fries. There you go, Jack in the Box. Oh, and all day breakfast.
I mean, I'm a big fan of all day breakfast. As somebody who used to work a lot of weird shifts.
But I'm gonna say this, and maybe this is a take. Whatever. I know some people gonna be happy about having Jack in the Box, but if I'm doing all day breakfast, I'm just going to the Coney, doggy. Like, I'm supporting the small business. I'm going to the Coney, flat out. All right? Full breakfast. Big breakfast. All right? Pancake, hash brown, egg, bacon, sausage.
There is they don't call themselves a Coney, but their menu's the size of a Coney, and I tried it over the weekend. They don't even have the right sign on the front door.
Word.
It's called Table 313. And it's over there on Cass, and they still got it's been a restaurant for a million years, but it's been a new restaurant in recent years. They still got they have the like saloon doors that open up. And I went to that place, and man, I was into it.
Yeah.
It did it. And they
Yeah.
had, their menu was gigantic. They had everything from bao buns to Southwestern food to all-day breakfast.
Didn't that used to be Circa?
Yeah, well, Circa was next door.
Yeah, Circa was next
Now,
door.
I would love to see something new with Circa happening.
Yeah.
Because I saw that they put in new garage doors that would open up to Cass Avenue.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That would be very,
That'd
very
be
cool.
cool.
If we
That'd
ever
be
did a
cool.
Daily Detroit combination studio and bar restaurant.
First of all, it sounds like that's just what we should do.
Let us know if you've got money, dailydetroit@gmail.com, because we'd need money.
Please fund our studio restaurant bar concept.
Anyway, you know what? On the nose with the food, and the food wasn't too expensive. I'm
Good.
down.
Good. Yeah,
that
let's
big
do it.
menu.
Yeah, big menu, man. It basically is just gonna be a coney.
I mean, it is a coney.
Yeah, it's
but they
a
just don't
coney.
say it's a coney.
Yeah.
Outside it says like Detroit. It's like a weird sign outside. It's like Detroit Banquet or something. But there's like no sign on the outside. You just got to look for the neon open,
Yeah,
blinking,
yeah.
and the door.
Right there on Cass, across the street from the nursing building.
The best places sometimes have the least hullabaloo.
That's true.
All right, up Woodward, the Detroit Zoo is getting ready to unveil a brand new attraction, the Fred and Barbara Herb Discovery Trails. The grand opening is Saturday, May 23rd. Zoo leaders say the 7-acre family-focused experience is built for hands-on exploration and closer connection with animals and nature. Visitors will be able to brush goats, get up close with burrowing owls and prairie dogs, and walk an elevated trail. There will also be multi-sensory pathways and animal encounters from new perspectives. Animals in the area include alpacas, anteaters, bamboo sharks, bush dogs, donkeys, chickens, goats, the prairie dogs, the stingrays. There'll even be a stingray touch experience for an additional fee. They've got more details, of course, at the Detroit Zoo's website. Norris,
Yep.
the pictures of this are pretty awesome. I can't wait to see this thing come through.
The answer is yes.
Yes, we're going, but also, what is your favorite animal at the zoo?
Man, you're asking me a really tough question because I love animals. I will say this: I am very partial to the penguins.
So you like that we have a penguinarium?
I love the penguinarium because I love when you can go underneath the water and you see them.
Do you matriculate through the penguinarium?
No, I take my time. I don't matriculate. I saunter through the penguinarium and really just allow the cool air to, edify me. And it's fantastic. I love the fact that the peacocks walk around freely. I love the ostriches. I'm a big fan of flightless birds, so I love the ostriches as
You know
well.
what I love is a cassowary. Speaking
Also,
of flightless birds,
dinosaur, basically a dinosaur.
basically a dinosaur. Yes.
And yeah, I mean, listen, the Detroit Zoo is great. We still have one of the best polar bear exhibits in the entire Western Hemisphere. A lot of people don't know that. So the Detroit Zoo is great. I know a lot of people have very strong feelings about zoos, but for me, being able to see those animals as a youngster and as an adult is great. They also have a night, like 3 times a summer, where you can go and you can drink
I've
at
been.
the zoo.
It's very good.
It's so fun.
We should go. We got to talk to them. We got to figure out a way to go.
Yes.
Wouldn't
but-
it be fun to even do like a little show with the people
Yeah,
behind us?
you do like it's like almost like last time I went, it was a beer tour. And it was like each animal had a different beer you could taste. It was great.
Let us know your favorite animal, dailydetroit@gmail.com. Before we keep going, I want to thank our members on Patreon. You know, local media requires local support to survive and thrive. And you can join us at patreon.com/dailydetroit. We've got great swag like our sticker sheet, bookmarks, rocks glasses, our undying thanks.
More is coming.
More is coming. We've got private Discord for our members.
That's right.
All kinds of things. Also, posts ahead of time when we're doing events. You'll know about them first.
Yep.
Direct line, if you've got questions or suggestions for the show, I'm going to be very honest. I listen to our Patreon members first
Yeah, that's true.
because you know what? Y'all paying the bills.
That's right.
So join us as a member, patreon.com/dailydetroit, and make Norris happy.
It would make me very happy, and it will also fund our bar studio concept.
I think we're going to need more than $5 a month.
But if
Or
we
$10
get
a month.
if we get $10 a month from 10 million people,
I hate to break it to you, but 10 million people do not listen to Daily Detroit.
that's a mistake.
Those, you know what? The millions that are not listening to Daily Detroit are making a mistake. So make sure you also follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever shows are found.
Yeah.
Let's do a little development news. The Sterling Group, the Detroit-based real estate firm led by Huntington Bank Chair Gary Torgau, has bought Comerica's nearly 400,000 square foot office building at 411 West Lafayette downtown. It's a big black one.
Yeah. Now, is there plans for the future? Are we talking about more office or a conversion? What's going on?
The deal was reported by Crain's Detroit Business, and they do not have additional details on what it will be. But the building did close at the end of 2025.
Yep.
Comerica just merged into the Cincinnati-based Fifth Third Bank, if you remember. And they've already emptied out the building and moved roughly 400 employees into about 72,000 square feet at Dan Gilbert's One Campus Martius, and now says those workers are not moving back. So originally they were going to move into Campus Martius. They're going to refurb it. Well, that's not happening.
Nope, they're just going to stay in One Campus Martius, which, is very interesting because we often ask the question now that majority of the Rocket operations were moving over to Hudson's, what was going to happen with One Campus Martius? Now we know at least a part of it.
Yeah, and a lot of these spaces downtown, they still have a lot of room.
Oh, yeah.
They still have a lot of room to fill up. Now, I wanted to get into the history of this one because I think it's kind of interesting. The Lafayette building itself opened in 1971 as the new headquarters and main operations center for Manufacturers National Bank of Detroit, a Ford family-backed bank born in 1933 during the Depression and tightly tied to Henry Ford's industrial empire. There was even a helipad on the top. It was going to be modern.
So
you could
modern.
fly in. Oh my! Remember when like helicopters were like the thing? Remember the old owner of the Tigers who from Domino Farms? He would fly over with a helicopter full of pizzas.
Yeah.
That was wild. Early branches were of this old Manufacturers National Bank were directly across from Ford's Highland Park plant with an underground tunnel for shuttling cash to the paymaster. See, old Henry Ford, my friend, he was very skeptical. He was like an OG conspiracy theorist.
Amongst a lot of other things, Jer.
Many other things. He was very skeptical of banks, investment, and Wall Street. And
I wonder
nothing-
why.
And wanted nothing to do with that.
I wonder why, Jer.
Go look the history up. I don't want to get demonetized.
I understand.
Manufacturers National later merged with Comerica in 1992. It was labeled a merger of equals, and the Lafayette building was rebranded Comerica Bank Center in 2009. So this is the latest chapter for this building that has followed Detroit banking from Ford-era manufacturing to this era of consolidation. Now, if you've never seen this one before, if you've been downtown on the People Mover, you have, and you might not have realized it. This has this imposing, striking black glass facade. There are about 20 precast concrete panels, about 11 tons each. These things are gigantic. And I refer to the art. My dad was an artist. They have these abstract like images on them of cogs and dies and gears meant to echo Detroit's manufacturing heritage, and they were done by sculptor Robert Youngman. So, Norris.
Yes.
There's no word what we're going to do with this thing. I have no idea what to do with this thing.
Into a mall.
See, I was going to say, what about Darth Vader, Dark Lord themed lofts? Like I look at that thing and I'm like, that's where if Darth Vader were to live in Detroit, he would live there.
That's a terrible idea. Jer, I love you like a brother, but we could do so much better than that.
You could fly in the space right up, in the former helipad.
Land this TIE fighter on top
Yes.
of the roof. Yeah. No. We can't do that. I honestly think, and as producer Adam would know, the indoor mall inside of a skyscraper or whatever can be kind of cool.
Talk about that, because when you say indoor mall, what I think of as a Detroiter,
Like Dearborn, Fairlane.
No. I'm thinking about with this urban context. I don't know. Do you remember Trappers Alley?
I do.
So that's when you say indoor mall in an urban context. I think about having fudge on the first floor.
Yeah, it's kind of like Trapper's Alley, just a little bit wider and a little bit taller. And I think if we take something like that, right? Because listen, I don't care what nobody say. We got more than enough parking in downtown Detroit. I hate when people bring up parking as an excuse to not do something cool in downtown Detroit. Where's everybody going to park? Shut up, walk. Anyway, the point is, I think you put a really cool mall in there, right? You have the first floor open for like an atrium and maybe some smaller shops. Have an escalator right up the middle, and all on the sides, you just have really cool stores. And I think it's about an 8th-floor building in and of itself. So I mean, that's more than enough space for the mall and some corporate offices. I think that'd be fine. We need more stuff like that in downtown Detroit anyway.
You know what would look really cool on the side of that building?
Yeah.
A Uniqlo sign.
Uniqlo, yeah.
That reds, that would look
Yeah.
That would look fly.
I also think we need to we have everything on Woodward, and then we got kind of like a block or two out that we have a lot of stuff, and there's some retail there. But I think let's expand the retail footprint of downtown, and maybe we do it through a cool project like putting a mall inside of that building.
If you've got suggestions on what we should do, dailydetroit@gmail.com or 313-789-3211.
We're going to build a mall, and Mexico's going to pay for it.
Now, you might have seen the Waymos scooting around downtown Detroit lately. Well, expect to see even more autonomous or semi-self-driving vehicles. General Motors is starting real-world tests of its new hands-free, eyes-off driving system this week on highways in Michigan and California, using 200 test vehicles with human safety drivers aboard. The Automotive News says that the Detroit automaker looks to launch the tech on the Cadillac Escalade IQ electric SUV in 2028, then expand it quickly to other electric and gas models. It uses what's known as Level 3 autonomy, where the car can handle driving itself under certain conditions, like unmapped highways, but a licensed driver still has to be in the seat and ready to take over when the system asks. Norris, I think we're going to see a bevy of self-driving and related vehicles on our Detroit and Metro Detroit roads in the next year or two. I think everything's about to heat up.
Yeah, I think, number one, there's a combination of we are still the center of the American auto industry, so most things are still going to be tested out here, and we get all 4 seasons, so you get to test out various weather conditions. So that to the side, I just feel like, are we about to basically just make our public transit system more cars? Because that's what it feels like. It feels like we're just going to take the autonomous vehicle and make that the answer to our public transit system.
I don't personally agree with this take, but I have heard, talking to people out there in the streets, a lot of people would prefer that. A lot of people want that point-to-point thing, especially in an area where they don't feel that confident walking 2 or 3 blocks because of whatever issues of mobility or also the streetscape around them. And then suburbanites will tell me, well, if you're one of 100 people living in an area and only one of you's going to downtown or to Royal Oak or something, to them it feels, a lot of people here like that vibe. I don't love it, but I understand. And I read the inbox about how many people really love personalized mobility solutions. I worry they will be horrendously inefficient.
They will be very inefficient. And, not just that. I think, again, public transit has many other features and factors that go into its ideas. When we're doing point-to-point, we're not solving anything but getting a handful of people to where they need to go. We haven't solved any infrastructural issues. We don't solve any density issues. If anything, we just make sprawl more apparent, more severe. So, listen, do I think at the end of the day, having the option of autonomous vehicles is still a positive? There are still people, whether it be, handicapped people or the seniors in the region who probably will have a difficult time with public transit anyway, to have that ability for a autonomous vehicle to come to their house and then take them somewhere. I think it's fine.
I think there is a use case that is not a city use case, but a more suburban one. When I think about, if you're somewhere like, okay, people forget how big Wayne County is.
Yeah, it's huge.
Woodhaven.
Yeah.
If you're living somewhere in Brownstown or something,
yeah,
and you need to get to a hub. Like, I think it would be really powerful to have really great spines that you then could use vehicles like these to get you to those hubs to then get you the rest of the way there.
Yeah, sure. I think that's fine. And yeah, we're not gonna run. We're not gonna run. Commuter rail probably all the way to trying to think of a far flung place that's still in Wayne County. Nah, that's
Van Buren?
Van Buren. Yeah, I was just about to say, what's right next to Canton? Van Buren. Yeah, we're probably not going to run a rail line to Van Buren. There's just not enough people. It's not efficient. However, if you do an autonomous vehicle to the rail line that probably does run through Canton, then okay. So I think it has its use case. I just don't want this to be the solution.
Love to hear your thoughts. dailydetroit@gmail.com. Let's end with a new Gallup report that I think is interesting to talk about although it's national, interesting to talk about in the context of our local area. And there is a big mood shift among Americans. For the first time since they started tracking, more U.S. workers say they're struggling than thriving, and engagement has sunk to its lowest point in a decade. Confidence in finding a good job has fallen sharply, yet about half of workers are either actively looking or keeping an eye out for something better. Norris, there's this like vibe, and this, if you look at the chart, it's been going down precipitously over the last year and change around how workers are feeling about their day-to-day life. I wanted to mention it because although we try to keep it light here on Daily Detroit, I want to see people that food costs are through the roof because I spend them, right? I spend that money. I see it. I see how the same amount of money that we get in does not go as far, how prices are going up, how, there was a restaurant talking about how a case of tomatoes went up from $20 to $60 in like no time, right? Food costs are hitting people, insurance, gas. You can even see what's happening with gas costs. I saw, $4 gas. Like, these are things that are just happening. I wanted to see people that, although we do try to keep it light, we do talk about a lot of positive things happening. Like, this is real out there, and we need to address it. And it's going to hit us even more than other areas because we don't have those backups, right? We still got to drive that car.
Yeah, I mean, I know most of the listeners can't see me, but my face, I'm very nonplussed right now. And because this was all very clear and obvious. Listen, at the end of the day, we all reap what we sow. And this is not a I told you so situation. However, I will say that there were signs that this would happen. Many economists, people who are experts at predicting what will happen to the economy if certain bills or certain programs go through, all forecasted exactly what is happening. And yet no one wanted to listen. This is what frustrates me about our discourse right now, because everybody is crying and whining about gas prices and grocery prices and all this. And yes, a lot of those people did not vote for the situation that we're in, and it sucks that they have to suffer this, but a lot of people did. And again, it's hard for me to have like empathy. I truly say that. It's becoming harder every day for me to be empathetic towards certain things, man, because this is what we asked for.
See, I hear you. I do. And I know that both of us are pretty plugged into things. But I would argue part of the reason that we are where we are is because we're very much in an apathocracy.
That's a good one. I don't think that's a real term, but I'm going to start using it. No, it is an apathocracy.
About apathy being the central thing. Like, we think about we have been short thousands of air traffic controllers for a long time.
Yeah.
Okay. We're not paying attention now until there was a crash at LaGuardia. And even then it's doubtful what we're going to do about it. Right. We aren't tuned in. And that doesn't mean everybody has to be tuned into every issue, but we need, like, democracy only works if you're paying attention. And the people paying attention oftentimes are those who are the most extreme with a lot of their thoughts.
Yeah.
And what we need is more people being like, listen, I'm going to hold my rep to account. I'm going to hold my mayor to account. I'm going to hold everybody to account to actually, like, the practical people need to step up. There are so many people that are tuned out. You think about the budget, right? You think about the shutdowns.
Yeah.
The time everybody pays attention, it's not the parks. It's not thousands of people being laid off. It's not all that stuff. It's when the airports start shutting down.
Yep.
All of a sudden, everybody starts losing their mind.
Yeah, no.
So we
and-
got to break out of apathocracy, because that's the bottom line of what's really happening in this country. And then the people who want the worst for us, they see the open door and go right through. I believe in the American people. I believe in my fellow citizens.
Yeah.
I know I maybe believe in them more than you do.
You do.
But if I'm going to believe in them, then we have to step up and say we're going to be involved in whatever way, great or small. And that isn't just like a social media post. You got to like get in it.
Yeah, you got to be in it and you got to be involved. And it's just, and beyond that, you have to have a care for issues beyond you. Listen, I am a childless, single, pretty healthy guy, right? Free healthcare would be great for me, but I'm not the person that would be the most in need, right? I would gladly pay more in my taxes if I knew everyone around me could be cared for, right? I know that I would not be the one who would take advantage of something like paid family leave, right? But I know it's going to help the lady that lives, down the hall from me that has a newborn, right? And now her and her partner have to, figure out who's going to work, who's doing this, who's going to take the baby to daycare, this, that, and the third. I would feel better knowing that they are cared for so their child can be cared for. But what you're talking about with the apathocracy is not just because people not caring about the system, it's not caring about our neighbors. And when you don't care about your neighbor, you can't vote for the things that make the system work for all of us. So that's the issue that I have. That's what makes me begin to not necessarily lose hope or lose faith, because I still have faith that we will get through everything. I have the issue with the people who got us here under very false pretenses, as if they believed that this was going to be better for all of us. I'm sorry, I'm just losing the concept that you truly thought this would be better for everyone. You thought it'd be better for you. But I agree with you, Jer. I think we care more. We get to a point to where we become our brother's keeper, and we will be in a better place.
But for the grace of God go I, as they say.
Yep.
All right. Well, give us feedback, 313-789 or dailydetroit@gmail.com. And if you're a grammarian and are very mad at me for the word apathocracy, because I'm not even sure, I don't even think that's a real word.
We don't care. All right? It should be a word, and we've made it a word. As a matter of fact, every word's made up.
That's true. That's true. dailydetroit@gmail.com. All right. With that, thank you so much for listening to your Daily Detroit. We really do appreciate you. As always, thank you to our members on Patreon, patreon.com/dailydetroit. Keep local media live and thriving. With that, I'm Jer Stays.
I'm Norris Howard.
Thank you so much for listening. Remember that you are somebody, and we'll see you around Detroit.
Yeah. Sorry.
All right. And we got chat. I'm still laughing over one pit, one chihuahua. I know you don't agree, but it'd be pretty funny.
It would be funny.
Dobermans and Chow Chows are breeds I miss from my youth. You know what, Mr. Duckett? I had a part Chow Chow, and I loved her. Gabby was part Chow Chow.
No, he's right. I can't recall the last time I seen a Doberman.
Oh, I got two behind my house.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
I
got two behind my house, and my cousin's got one.
I still see Chow Chows, but it's been a long time since I've seen a Doberman. It's good to know that people still have
The Dobermans are still out there. Chow Chows are an interesting. I like Chow Chows, but like they're particular. They've got a personality.
Yeah, and they could be persnickety.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I had a part. My Gabby was part pit, part Chow Chow, part German Shepherd, part Rottweiler.
I don't even know how that happens, bro.
Detroit.
That's true.
That's how that happens.
Streets.
Detroit is the place where it all comes together.
The streets is how it happens.
Listen, all my dogs are Detroit specials. There's not that I judge other people for it.
Oh my God, what breed is your dog? Dog.
Oakland Boulevard.
Yeah, dog.
Stina liked your Mexico comment.
That's funny. Thank you, Stina.
And also says the point-to-point is the replica of owning a car, as I'm thinking about it.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I mean, there is a benefit in a place where a third of people don't have a car.
Yes, no, listen. Again, it's not that I don't see certain benefits to it. It's just, to me, the issue that I have is that I know my people. And by my people, I mean Metro Detroiters. And the moment that is presented as a fully legitimate option for public transit, that is what they are going to do. Anything to not be on the bus or on the train, basically.
Mia in the D, good to see you, says we should have days out the year where private transportation is banned for the day to help the environment, public transportation only, or encourage carpool days.
If
I
we
love
had
that.
if we had the infrastructure for it, I'd be all for it. But you could
For a
pretty
lot
much,
of people, it would turn into a work from home day.
yeah, it's a work from home day. Like, you basically could only do it. You basically could only do that in New York, Chicago,
But you know what? You know what, though?
maybe Boston.
Why don't we could encourage at least the steps you can take. The people who can should.
Yeah,
I think about
if
those
you can,
ozone
you
action
should.
days. Like, you don't have a lawn, so maybe you don't think about this, but those ozone action
no, I
days
remember,
where you're
yeah.
not supposed to run the gas mower
Yeah, I
and you're not
remember
supposed
those.
to fill up your car or whatever.
Yeah. It was like, yeah, it'd be like if it was above 85 degrees or something, it'd be like, oh, ozone action day. Which, by the way, you shouldn't be mowing the lawn above 85 degrees anyway, because it's hot and you're gonna fall out.
I know that. People in my life didn't know that and made me fall out.
Yeah, you shouldn't do that.
No, you shouldn't do that. Stina says paid family leave would help my friend dealing with her father who has been hospitalized with dementia because there's not an assisted living space for him.
Yeah, I mean, this is what I'm saying. Like, there are some pretty basic common sense pieces of legislation that pretty much just exist everywhere else on the planet that we just don't do. And it just shows our value. Our value as a country is who can create the most revenue at any given time. And until that value changes, or until that value is spun into something that can help the people, because again, a healthy people go to work. That's the part I never understood. A healthy people goes to work. So why wouldn't it behoove you to keep everybody as healthy as possible?
Christian A. Gerard, good to see you. Make Karen cool again. Chihuahuas are all over Southwest, so it's fitting. You know what? He's got a point.
I mean, duh.
He's got a point, though.
Yeah, but again,
He's got a big point.
He's got a big point, but we got to remember.
What do you do instead? Throw a taco? You got to give some love to Southwest.
Yeah, we do, but I'm just saying, Southwest is a part, and so we will give some of it, but, it's a big city.
You know what I love? What is it? On Dix Avenue. Not taqueria. There's a large taqueria on Dix Avenue. I'm trying to remember the name. What I love about it is their entire fence has stone chickens on it. Like there's
that's
50.
funny.
There's like 50 stone chickens on it or something. I'm trying to remember. I'm looking it up actually right now. What it is? I bet you Taqueria Mi Pueblo. Around their parking lot.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's giant stone chickens everywhere. Christian also says autonomous streetcars would be a lot cooler than individual cars. If it was inspired by the OG streetcars, it would be almost door to door for at least most of the city. The thing is you need grade separation.
Sure
for that
do.
because people are crazy.
Yep.
So that's one of the reasons why, like, whether it's its own lane, its own
It's got for
path,
Detroit. It's got to be
over-
grade separation.
Yeah.
I think because there's now too
Because
many.
you know what is actually kind of autonomous. I mean, it's not, but it is. People mover.
No, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fully autonomous right now. The thing about it is that there has to be grade separation in the city of Detroit because, as we see with the Q line, the moment somebody's DoorDasher arrives, like the whole system is thrown out of whack. So
They got the signage back up on the queue line.
I know they do, but that ain't never stopped nobody.
No.
So it's like you got to have grade separation. There's just too many cars in Detroit and on the road for us to run it on the street, unfortunately, unless you had dedicated lanes, like protected dedicated lanes.
Stina says Virginia just pushed through a huge package of bills around all of these social issues. They were prepared and ready for their legislative session when they got their trifecta. Michigan was not. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people are big fans of Democrats in the chat and in the listener group. I'm not forgiving them for that. I'm not forgiving them for that they fumbled the ball.
It's a
with that.
huge fumble, bro.
Huge fumble. It should have been right away. Waiting for it was dumb. Just do it. Get the work done. Get the priorities done. And if you run out of political capital, you do. But do the work. Like,
Nah, but at
act.
least it's done, right? And you gain political capital for doing what you were supposed to do. Listen, having a woman's right to choose was a huge thing that got the youth vote out. It got the women's vote out, and it helped deliver that trifecta. But it felt like now that that was enshrined constitutionally, that there was nothing else that they needed to do. And that was the problem for the Democrats.
Christian makes a good point. Around the streetcars, they can be buses. They just making them more streetcar aesthetic, I think, would make it more appealing to folks. I agree.
I disagree.
I think especially in certain areas it would be far more
I
appealing.
disagree because you got that one brother that owns basically the bus that looks like a streetcar and it's like a wine tour. And
That doesn't look like a streetcar.
yes, it does. It's built exactly like a San Francisco style streetcar. And he drives it around downtown and the east side and parts of Lafayette Park, and you could drink on it. And guess what? He can't move a car out the way because he's still on the road. All right? So if he got to go through traffic, guess what? He's stuck in traffic just like everybody else. The whole point of the public transit is to not be in traffic.
Outside of our combination restaurant podcast studio, do we need to get an old PCC streetcar and like make that like a bus or a thing?
Maybe, but I want the bar first. That's what I
Bar
want.
in the streetcar?
No, it's a moving motor vehicle, and
No,
I don't have a
no.
license for that.
No, what I'm saying is that the one that doesn't move.
Oh, I mean, yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
Plug it down.
But whose yard is gonna be in? I don't have a yard.
The east side has infinite space, my
That's
friend.
true. We just put it in a
We
field.
can put it across the Packard plant. I've been spotting.
Yeah, we just put it in a field
We
somewhere.
can just put it in the field out front of the Packard plant.
Yeah, maybe that could work out. But yeah, I mean, listen, I am just of the belief, like, let's not half-ass it, dude. If we are gonna make a full investment in public transit, which, by the way, here's a crazy thing that a lot of people don't even talk about. Public transit is a thing that it just so happens everybody agrees on in Metro Detroit for the most part. We all think it's a thing we should do across all economic lines. So why hasn't it happened? Do you know why? Because people don't freaking vote.
Apithocracy.
There you go.
Yeah. Oh, I want to remind folks again, next week's stream will be starting later.
Yep.
We're going to figure out how to do a watch party.
Yep.
So I got work to do with that, but we're going to figure it out. I promise. About with Mayor Mary Sheffield's first State of the City address. We will have some fun. Don't worry, we're going to have some fun, without a doubt. And get on the air maybe a half an hour-ish before it starts. Then we'll do the thing, and then we'll all discuss it together, answer people's questions, what they're interested in, all that kind of stuff. Very much looking forward to it. We had a lot of success with our election night stuff, our debate stuff. So, yeah, I mean, since there's been some changes out there, it's like we're kind of the people who do that. You saw the digital guy for Channel 4 went over to work for Mary Sheffield as well, friend
Yeah.
of the show, Ken.
Yeah, that's and you know what? I think that's a big get for the city because that shows me that they are going to try to position themselves more for, this social media generation and think more about disseminating the information via social media. I've seen a lot more live streams from the city just in this first quarter.
Oh, yeah.
There's
It's
been
a lot
more
It's
live
actually a lot
streams.
easier to cover because I try to get to what I can. As you guys know, I went out to that one over on Pacific Street talking about housing.
Yes.
But it also makes it a lot easier to just be like, oh, here is the thing. And not that we're going to cover in depth every little thing, but if something for the newsletter, if I'm going to put together a sentence or two on it, it's a lot easier to do.
And just to be in the know, again, it serve the people where they are. Everybody's not going to be up or ready to watch the 5 o'clock news, right? So just put it out on Instagram. Half the people going to be at the desk, the other half people going to be on the toilet, and you get the live notification, and you just click on it and just check out what's going on.
In the bar or restaurant, do we have the toilet and we say Detroit?
You funny. I'm just saying, I forget, I got to find this actual study, but there was a study that basically said like a large number, something like 60% of all social media uses people on the toilet.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Christian makes also a good point that he's just trying to hijack the autonomous obsessions. It's true. People are kind of obsessed with it.
Yeah, no, I get it.
And there was a lot of money raised to reinvent the bus.
I don't know what to say about that one.
You know what I'm talking about, though, the Hyperloop or whatever.
I do, yeah.
Tunnels and buses. We've reinvented them.
It's stupid. Like, we have things that work, so let's take the thing that works, right? And let's not reinvent it. Let's improve on it, right? So I've said we have the People Mover, right? There's a way for us to expand and build on the People Mover that is not going to be so jank like how the People Mover is now. We can improve on it. So why don't we just do that? It's already above grade. You already have a downtown loop. All you got to do is send it in maybe 5 or 6 different directions and have that be the spine of your system. And then you can then react accordingly. Think about all the neighborhoods. It will revitalize. I hate the fact that this is so simple for me to see and for you to see. But why? What about everybody else?
Well, Norris Howard, we've been at it a while.
Yeah, man.
We've been out here for nearly 90 minutes. Producer Adam, we're gonna wear him down at some point.
Yeah.
Some point he's just gonna start throwing things at us.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Adam.
We're very sorry, Adam. We appreciate you. You won't put the camera on you because you're too humble, but we really do appreciate you, Adam.
Yeah.
Because making us look good on this live stream.
He always makes us look good, and he always puts together some really cool graphics for us. So if you haven't already, when you see Adam in the Discord chat for all of our members, make sure you say hello to Adam because he worked very hard on this project for us, and he's been a huge addition to the team.
Absolutely. All right. Well, unless anyone's got some last-minute chats, I really appreciate everybody for stopping by, all of your comments. If you got something you thought about later, dailydetroit@gmail.com. Hit me up in the email. I'll try my best to get back to you. Very busy week with a ton of stuff going. I got an event tomorrow. Remember, our live stream next week is going to be starting later, but it's going to be a lot of fun. We should order in some food.
Yes.
I don't know what food.
Grandma Bob's.
Ooh, I was thinking about Michigan Trumbull because right here.
Oh, okay, then let's do that.
Yeah, get some Detroit-style pizza in there.
Let's do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Until next time, I'm Jer Stays.
And I'm Norris Howard.
Thank you so much for watching. Take care of each other. Remember that you are somebody, and we'll see you around Detroit.